Good morning, children. I came back with your grammar class. I suppose your worksheet, what about your test? Did you do it well? I suppose my students, they are so good. The question was very, very easy. All of you did it very nicely. And when the school will reopen, I expect all of you get out of out. It's whatever the marks is, out of 25. I expect all my good children, each and everyone, all are good, very, very good, very special to me, all will get the full marks. Okay, so today, and I hope all of you are safe in your home. Stay safe, my dear children. We are passing through a very hard time. Please stay safe in your house and have a little bit patience, my dear children. Have a bit patience. Everything will be all right. We'll meet in the school again. Okay, so in your previous class I discussed about the noun, what a noun is. So a noun is a name of a person, place, animal or thing. That is what a noun is. Now, noun is categorized into, so this is the basic thing which you have already learned in class 3, in class 2, class 1, what a noun is. Noun is a name of a person, place, animal or thing. Okay, and it also expresses some feelings. Okay, some feelings like honesty, which you can't see, cheerfulness, this anger which you can't see but you can feel it, pain, you can feel it. So all these are also a type of noun. So noun is categorized into 4 more parts. One is the common noun, second lies the proper noun, third in the third category lies the collective noun, and the fourth one is the abstract noun. So more or less it is clear to you what a common noun is and what a proper noun is. More or less I think so, it's clear to you. So a common noun, everything that is in common. So when I'm talking about this sentence that Ramu is a boy. So when the sentence goes like this, Ramu is a boy, then this Ramu is a noun because it is a name of a person. This boy is also a noun because it is also a person. So both are noun. This is also a noun. This is also a noun. Now, how to categorize this two noun into 2 different forms? This Ramu, it is specifying the boy. This Ramu, it is specifying the boy Ramu. So it is specifying this boy Ramu. So who is the boy? Identifying that boy. It is specifying Ramu. So this is a proper noun. And boy means it can talk about any boy. It can be Ramu, it can be Shamu, it can be any of the boy. So it's common. It may be common to anyone. So that is why this boy is a common noun. Okay, so this boy is a common noun. And this Ramu, as it is identifying the boy, or it is specifying the boy, that is Ramu. That is why it is a proper noun. When I am talking about Kolkata is a big city. So when I am talking about this city, it can be any city. It is common. But when I am specifying the city Kolkata, then it is identifying the city. It is talking about one definite city, that is Kolkata. Then it becomes a proper noun. So, and one thing you should remember, for regarding proper noun, a proper noun should always be in capital letter. Proper noun always should be in capital letter. Wherever it is, in which part of the sentence it is, it can be in the middle part, it can be in the front part, it can be at the last part. But whenever proper noun is there, it is very easy to identify the proper noun by seeing the letter. Proper noun always starts with a capital letter. Keep this in mind. A proper noun always stands with a capital letter wherever it is placed in a sentence. So keep this in mind. Now, so proper noun and common noun, I think so, is clear. In your class 3 only, this part was clear to you. Today, more detailed, in a detailed form, I am going to help you to study about the collective noun and the abstract noun. Now, what this collective noun is? Suppose we know when I am talking about class 4, the students of class 4. So when I am talking about the students of class 4, what it means? I am talking about the entire class. Not about X, Y, Z only about X, only about Z, only about Y. I am not talking about that. I am talking about all my children. So then it is a class. So what a class is? It is a group of students. A group of students, that is A class. So a crowd of people. So when I talk about, see what's happening in that crowd. So what that crowd is, you are not telling many people together, they are standing and they are, no. In one word you say crowd. That means a lot of people, a group of people, that is a crowd. So it is telling you collectively, a flock of sheep. Means many ships are standing together in a group of sheep. That is called a flock of sheep. A swarm of bees. When many bees, you see a gathering of bees, a group of bees, it is called a swarm of bees. A fleet of ships. Okay? All these are called collective nouns which are termed in group. When noun, it is termed in group. When many of the nouns together, it is termed in a group. It is known as a collective noun. Okay? There are certain bunch of grapes. Okay? Bunch of keys. Bundle of sticks. So all these are what? These are called collective noun. Now abstract noun. What is this abstract noun? It may come in your mind, ma'am, what this abstract noun is. You can see it, you can feel it. When you have happiness, you can feel happiness. You can see happiness. Now students, my children are thinking, no ma'am, happiness, how can we see? We can't see happiness. We can feel it. We are very happy, we want to have an ice cream, ma'am, we are so happy. A chocolate. A plate of biryani, ma'am, we'll be so happy. So this happiness, this honesty, okay, all this you can't see with your eyes, you can feel it. A pain, when you are hurt, you feel the pain. That pain, all this you can't see with your eyes, you can feel it. So that is also a type of noun which is known as abstract noun. Okay, happiness, then this, so many words are there over here. Then cruelty, generosity, strength, politeness, foolishness, honesty, kindness, all these you can't see. These are the acts of the people or the deeds of the people which you can feel it. So these are all the abstract noun. Now I am going to tell you about the chapter in detail, that what it is talking about. Okay. So let's start. We know that nouns are naming words. Noun name a person, place, animal or quality. So this quality, when we are talking about, that is cleverness, foolishness, kindness, all these are quality. Notice that the subject is either a noun or a pronoun. Nouns generally answer the question who it is or what it is. So it generally is, it is in the, where it stands, in the subject of the sentence. It stands when in the subject part of the sentence. Now there are 4 kinds of noun. Now what are the 4 kinds of noun? The common noun, man, woman, boy, girl, river. It can be any. Now when we are talking about the proper noun, Ramesh, Bhopal, India, Sunday. So all these are proper noun. Now collective nouns. What is this collective noun? Class, army, navy, crowd. All these are collective noun. Now abstract noun, childhood, beauty, honesty, kindness. So all these are abstract noun. Now common noun. What a common noun is? You have to learn the definitions by heart. What a common noun is, what a proper noun is, what an abstract noun is, and what a proper noun is. All this you have to learn by heart. The definitions be very much. So this I'm marking you very nicely. A common noun. A common noun is a name given in general to every person, animal, place or thing. So you should keep in your mind this very nicely. You should keep in your mind what a common noun is. Okay, my dear children. See, the doctor is examining the patient. So doctor and patient, it can be any doctor, it can be any patient, it is not specifying anyone, so it is a common noun. There is a door and window in the room. A door, window and the room, it's not specifying anyone, it is common, so it is a common noun. Cats love to chase rats. Cats, rats. So the name of the cat is not mentioned over here, the name of the rats also is not mentioned over here. So I think so it will be a rat over here, not rats. Okay, so what? Now it's giving cats also. Cats love to chase rats. Is right. The sentence is completely right. So you see this rats and cats. So no, specifically names are not given over here. That's why it's a common noun. There are 3 eggs on the plate. See, and eggs are common only. You can't name a egg. Ram egg, Sham egg, and Mary egg. You can't name. It's common. Okay, so this is common. Ma'am, you are making us laugh. You should laugh a bit, na? I can see your faces, my dear children. I'm making you laugh. You saw this eggs, you can't say that. Yes, ma'am, this is ram egg. So this egg is becoming a proper noun. Ram egg, Ram, Ram. The name of the egg is Ram, the name of the egg is Sham, and the name of the other egg is Mary. No, ma'am. We can't do it, my children. Eggs, it's a common noun. Apple, it's a common noun. Because these are the noun. If you want to say, ma'am, I'm having some apples in my house, I'm naming this apple. This one is rosy apple. This one is, what are the names? I don't know you are giving. So that is a different thing. You keep the dictionary with yourself. But to know that in grammar, this egg is a common noun. Okay? Plate, egg, all these are common noun. The noun doctor, patient, rats, cats, door, window, room, eggs and plate are used in common for every person, animal, place or thing of the same kind. These nouns are called common nouns. So it is very important. You have to, any one definition you can learn by heart. Any one you can learn by heart. Now, here are certain exercises which is already done. This one I will not do it for you. You will do it yourself, my dear children. You will do it for yourself. This also I discussed over here in your homework assignment. You'll get the page. You'll get the page in the homework assignment. Okay, this page, this one also. Now here, pick out the odd one out. I did it also over here. You do it in your home, this page homework, 31 page. Do it in your homework, this all pages. In your next class, I'll discuss all this with you. And today I'm going for this proper and common noun. Just see it. Sheila is a nurse. So Sheila, it's specifying the name of the person Sheila. So Sheila is a proper noun. Nurse is a common noun. My grandparents live in Dehradun. So Dehradun is a proper noun because it is specifying the name of the place Dehradun, and the grandparents are common noun. Then comes Neha is a good girl. Neha is a name of a girl, Neha, and the girl is a common noun. Like this, I discussed all these things. Okay. So all these things will be in you will do it in your homework, and you just check it from the homework assignment which I have already, I'll give it to you. Now King Solomon was known for his wisdom. Now King Solomon, you have to do this, you have to write the capital letters. I told you, my dear children, whenever there is proper noun, the word will start with a capital letter. My dear children, don't forget. King Solomon. So King Solomon is a name of a person. It's identifying the king. The special name of the king is Solomon. So it is specifying the name of the king, that is Solomon. So it is a proper noun, and the proper noun always starts with a capital letter. See, King Solomon. See, Japan. Japan is the name of a country. It is specifying the name of the country, Japan. So J, it's a capital letter. So the name of Japan will always start with a capital letter J wherever you are placing the word. Now, Nanda Devi and Kanchenjunga are the mountain ranges of the Himalayas. See the Himalayas over here. You see the Himalayas specifying the range. Himalayas. So H is starting with a capital letter. Proper noun. Then, Nanda Devi and Kanchenjunga. All this K, this N, this D, all are starting with a capital letter. King Bruce. So it is specifying the name of the King Bruce. So it is starting with a capital letter. King Bruce regained his wisdom at last. Emperor Ashoka ruled over India for a long time. Now Emperor Ashoka, it is telling the name of the emperor, that is Ashoka, and India, it's a capital letter. So wherever you find the proper noun, you do it with a capital letter. Then when I'm talking about the collective noun, so see, the class is studying grammar. Our team won the match. He led the army of soldiers into battle. There was a big crowd at the railway station. I have lost my bunch of keys somewhere. A flock of sheep is grazing in the field. I saw a litter of puppies. You should know this. Small puppies, a group of puppies, what it is known as a litter of puppies. L-I-T-T-E-R, not a letter of puppies. Don't write letter. My dear children. That ma'am, litter, I'll do it together. It's alright. No, litter of puppies. L-I-T-T-E-R. Okay? Then, there was a very good books in a library. The whole of the crew drowned with the ship. Okay. Then the woodcutter put the bundle of sticks and went away. So my dear children, these are the collective noun. It is together. When a collective noun, when a group of things is called together with a single name, that is called the collective noun. Then see, the pack of wolves attacked the flock of sheep. Samir had a set of tools to repair television sets. A fox saw a bunch of grapes on the vine. A swarm of bees flew out of the hive. The magician looked at the audience. All of you just see these words. The old man gave a bundle of sticks to his sons. A herd of elephants. So a group of elephants, what it is called? A herd of elephants. A group of spectators, what it is called? Audience. So you should keep in your mind, you should keep this collective noun, you should learn this by heart, that what this group of this are called. Okay, the group of people, crowd. A group of spectators, it's audience. Okay, a group of elephants, herd of elephants. A group of bees, a swarm of bees. A group of sheep, a flock of sheep. Okay, a group of puppies, a litter of puppies, not litter of puppies. Okay, then he pulled a tuft of grass, a group of grass, what it is called? Tuft, a tuft of grass. Okay, the minister addressed a large crowd. Jatin is traveling with a troupe of actors. So a group of actors, what it is called? A troupe of actors. What it is called? A troupe of actors. Then a family. So family means what? The relatives together who lives with you. A group of people who lives together, they are known as family. Then I gave my mother a bouquet of flowers. So a bouquet of flowers. When flowers together, what it is known as? A bouquet. Then who is the monitor of this class? I told you previously, I discussed with the starting of this class only. A class is always a collective noun. Sohan was climbing the flight of steps. Flight. Stairs together, it is known as flight. The crew reached the shore. Crew. Okay. Then my elder sister had a pile of books on a table. So books together, it is called pile of books. Mother hen looks after her brood of chickens. So chickens together, what it is known as? Puppies, litter. Chicken, what it is known as? Brood of chickens. Keep in your mind, children, brood of chickens. Then I am going to the abstract noun part. Abstract noun, what it is? Abstract nouns. All of my dear children, please learn the definition of common noun, definition of proper noun, definition of collective noun, and the definition of abstract noun by heart. It is given very nicely in your book. It is very nicely written in the book in the blue color line. You please learn it by heart. Please, my dear children, you have to, because when I'll set the question, I'll surely give this definition, so you will get it. Abstract noun. An abstract noun is the name of a quality, state, feeling, or an idea which we can only think or feel but cannot see or touch. So we cannot see or we cannot touch, but we can just feel it. So that is an abstract noun. So Panna Dai was the woman of great courage. So courage you can't see with your eyes. Life is full of happiness. Birbal was known for his wisdom. Punctuality is a good habit. Laughter is a good medicine. Mrs. Kumar was very pleased with the honesty of her son. See this honesty, cheerfulness, kindness, truth, fragrance, advice, joy, cruelty, injustice, pain. All these are the qualities you can't see. You can't see with your eyes, but you can feel it. My children, you can feel the words you see, you can just feel it. So these are all what it is. These are all abstract nouns. Now see, what kind does a man show? Kindness. What quality does an honest man? Now when you are writing the sentence, write with a pencil and write in a full sentence. Write in a full sentence, okay? What quality does a foolish man show? Foolishness. What quality does an angry man show? Anger. What quality does a lazy man show? Laziness. What quality does a brave person show? Bravery. What quality does a cruel man show? Cruelty. What quality does a generous man show? Generosity. What quality does a strong man show? Strength. What quality does a polite man show? Politeness. So these are all abstract noun. It is new to you. You should know it very nicely, that it states the name of quality, state, feeling or idea which can we only think or feel but cannot see or touch. Okay, so these are what it is there in your noun chapter. In your assignment you will get all the exercise one by one. You will get together. I will not give because everything will be mixed up to you. So I'll give one by one. You'll find it, you'll get it in your homework assignment. And my dear children, don't mix up. Okay, don't mix up with a common noun and with a proper noun. Don't mix it up. What a common noun is? Common to all. Proper noun, when this common noun is specifying someone, that becomes a proper noun. Okay, so that is a proper noun. Now collective noun, together. When it is talking about together in a group, that is a collective noun. And what is abstract noun? The quality. Okay, the state of feeling which we cannot see, we can just feel it. So that is an abstract noun. So all this, there are 4 forms of noun. The definitions you have to learn by heart, my dear children. The definitions are very important of a common noun, proper noun, collective noun, abstract noun. You have to learn the definitions which are marked in blue. That you have to learn by heart very nicely. Throughout you have to learn and read the chapter, go through the chapter many times. And the exercise you will get in your homework assignment, I'll send it to you. Please do it. Okay, my dear children, please do it. And in your next class, if any doubt you are having, you can bring me up. My phone number is there with you. Regarding any doubts to repeat something that it's not clear to you, you are free to ring me up. I am there to solve your problem. Ma'am is there, don't worry about. Ma'am is always there to attend your calls. Whenever you are having any problem regarding this English one, you are free to call me. My dear children, am I clear to you? My dear children, now you are telling me, yes ma'am, whenever we are having any doubt, we can call you. So these are the things which I taught you today. You go through the lesson many times, go through the exercise, you will see that it is very, very much clear to you. Still, if you have any doubt, you will get all those in the homework assignment. I'll do it and I'll send it to you. You write it with a pencil. My dear children, remember, don't go through your work with a pen. Don't do it, because I'll get very angry. I love my children a lot. My children are very much, you all are cooperating with me a lot, my children. I'm very thankful to you. So don't make me angry. I get very angry when I see that in your exercise book, you're writing with a pen. Don't do it, my children. I know you're in class 4 now. You're having pen in your hand, so you want to write with a pen. Don't do it. Whenever you're writing anything in your book, always write with a pencil. So that if you do some mistake, you can rub it, you can erase it, and you can write the correct one. Okay? So in your book, don't write with a pen. I want a neat and clean work, and the work should be done with a pencil. Use a dark pencil so that you can understand what you are writing, and go through the chapter. Once again, I am telling you, go through the chapter, write with a pencil, copy it from the homework assignment correctly, and please see how I taught you. Please see the video very minutely. Everything will be clear to you. So till today, bye my dear children. You stay safe in your house. Okay, stay protected. Don't disturb your mom. Nowadays, I hear a complaint that you are disturbing your mom a lot. All of you are disturbing your moms a lot. Don't disturb. Cooperate with them. They are also passing through a very hard time. My dear children, till today, it's all right. Bye. We'll meet on the next day. Okay? Bye. Stay safe.